There are violent clashes taking place between the military and the paramilitary in Sudan. And stranded in that chaos right now are at least 3,000 Indian nationals. So, of course, a mega operation has started to rescue them, and the government is calling it Operation Kaveri. Indian Air Force and the Indian Navy has started to evacuate hundreds of citizens right now. We are being told over 278 Indians have been evacuated so far and have been brought to Jeddah. It's a developing story. Remember, numbers will continue to change. And it is the Indian Navy that has deployed the warship INS and INS Sumedha for evacuation of the Indian nationals. We're talking about more than 3,000 Indians are stuck in war-torn Sudan. So it's just the beginning of the evacuation process. Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan is in Jeddah receiving the second batch of the 148 evacuated Indians. The first Indian Air Force C-130J has reached Jeddah airport. The third batch is also on its way. As the fighting between the Sudanese army and paramilitary groups intensified in the capital city Khartoum starting from 15th April, the MOSME asserted that Operation Kaveri will continue till every Indian is back. Meanwhile, warring factions in Sudan have agreed to a 72-hour ceasefire, with Western, Arab and Asian nations racing to extract their citizens from the country during that time.
बहुत थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ हमारी जो जान बचाई है और हम सब
उन्होंने हमें यहाँ शिप भी भेज दिया। इंडियन नेवी हमारा पूरा अच्छे से ख्याल रख रही है, हमारे बच्चों को अच्छे से टेक केयर कर रही है एंड लाइक खाना बड़ा अच्छा मिला है। अब लग रहा है कि हाँ सेफ हाथों में और घर इंडिया पहुँच जाएंगे।
I was residing in Khartoum too, and during the war situation, the situation was very bad. There was no electricity, water for 4-5 days, and now we are safe in the ship, and now we feel more safer.
हमारे नागरिक और हमारे मूल के लोग जो वहाँ सूडान में लड़ाई में फंस गए थे, उनको हम उस संकट से कैसे बचाएं, कैसे भारत लौटाएं, कहीं और ले जाएं, ये मैं आपको कह सकता हूं कि नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार जो है आपके बारे में जो भावना जो रखती है, आपके बारे में जो अपनी कर्तव्य समझती, ये इसमें कभी हमारे साइड से कोई कमी नहीं रहेगी।
Indians stranded in Sudan has started. The Operation Kaveri, which was announced by the Prime Minister, today got initiated with the first batch of Indians, 278 people reaching by INS Sumedha in Jeddah port. Just after that, the C-130 Indian Air Force aircraft brought around 121 people who were stranded there. So the Operation Kaveri will continue till every Indian who wants to come back are brought back safely.
So what is the Operation Kaveri with regard to Sudan, which is war-torn right now? Let me take you through one by one. This is a mega rescue operation that the government is indulging in. Indian Air Force's C-130J aircraft is leading the rescue operations to ensure they are brought back from Port Sudan and then back to India. MOSME V. Muralidharan is in Jeddah right now. He's the one supervising on the ground all the rescue operations and receiving the stranded Indians who are arriving in Jeddah. This, remember, is important because this is a government representative there on the ground with the stranded Indians. But what is happening with the numbers? We're talking about 3,000 Indians at least who are stranded in Sudan. 278 stranded Indians have been evacuated. This is a developing story. Third batch is also en route. INS Sumedha and INS these are warships that have been deployed in Port Sudan, and they will be then bringing the stranded Indians first to Jeddah and then back to India. But it's just the beginning because there's still a massive number of 3,000 that needs to be cleared. Government says every last Indian will be brought back. Why is this happening, or is it possible? Is because right now the violent clashes taking place between the military and paramilitary that started in Khartoum in April 15th have been given a 72-hour ceasefire. So all foreign nationals, whether it's Europe, Asia or Africa, can take out their nationals from and bring them back to respective countries safely. But what happens next, there's no clarity about it. And this, remember, is the mega operation that's on in Sudan.